So I am so incredibly frustrated right now. I got my driver's license suspended. About a year ago, I got a ticket driving with expired registration. I went to the courthouse on the date that I was supposed to be at the courthouse. We set up a payment plan for the fine because I really couldn't afford to pay the whole thing at the time. The next month, I sent in a money order to the court for the entire amount of the fine, but the court didn't receive the money order. So my record was hit with a failure to pay. On top of that, I had another ticket from 2 years ago, failure to prove insurance. I had insurance at the time. I don't know why I couldn't prove it or didn't prove it, but I had insurance at the time. I don't even remember getting a ticket, and it was in Long Beach, and I had no reason to go to Long Beach. So I also have a failure to appear in court, but I don't even remember getting the ticket to go to court. So I didn't even remember that I was supposed to be in court, so no wonder I didn't show up. The only reason I even found out about these is because last month my employer tried to run my driver's license record so that I could be insured to drive a company vehicle. My record came back and showed these 2 infractions on it, and that my license has been suspended since December, and I had no idea. Which means that for the past week, without my driver's license, I've been missing out on work. So when I found out that my license had been suspended, I've been on the phone. Turns out, the fine for the failure to pay, even though I sent in a money order, doesn't matter. The fine for failure to pay had been increased because of fees for failure to pay. It jumped up from the $125 that it was to $450. And I went to the court on Monday, and I tried to figure out how we can take care of it, and it turns out that there was nothing the judge could do because it had already gone to the California Franchise Tax Board, and they don't negotiate. So I had to pay the full $450 right there at the time. And then the one that was in Long Beach, which I don't even have any reason to go to Long Beach. I went there to that courthouse. I have to go before a judge to deal with that, but they couldn't schedule me an appointment to speak to the judge until July. So in the meantime, I was able to buy an abstract. And they would theoretically, supposedly, release the hold on my license so that I could drive again. It was just going to take 48 hours for them to do that. That was on Tuesday. Today is Friday. It was supposed to be done yesterday. It hasn't been done yet. My brother and I went to the DMV this morning. I was expecting that the hold on my license would have been gone so that I could pay the little fine and take the hold off. We waited there for an hour and a half. For nothing. Every time I try to call the Long Beach courthouse, and I had the same problem last week, I keep getting the same old runaround. They try to look up the record on my driver's license with my driver's license number, and they find no record of a ticket. When I was there on Tuesday, they had trouble finding record of the ticket. Eventually they found it, and I thought we were able to figure it out, but I guess not. So when I tried to call them today to figure out what was wrong, still the same runaround on the phone. They can't find any record of it. And that's the automated phone system. Whenever I try to speak to a person, I'm told this: our offices are open, however there's too many calls to process, and we are unable to process your phone call at the time. Please call back later. The fine in Long Beach is $1,400 that I don't have. I was lucky that I was able to pay the $450 on Monday. Let this be a lesson to everyone. Make sure all your stuff is current. Make sure your driver's license is current, you have current proof of current insurance, and your car is currently registered. And don't give a cop a reason to pull you over. I was fortunate that it wasn't discovered during the time that I was driving on a suspended license without knowing it. I'm done. I have nothing more to say. I just wanted to complain for a little bit because this has been an amazingly frustrating week. And I lost my license and I can't seem to get through to get it back. I hope that all you watching this aren't having as frustrating a time as I am right now. So I've been out all day. I left shortly after filming earlier. No luck. I found out that yesterday, Thursday, the DMV was not open for business. It was Lincoln's birthday, which means we can't factor in yesterday into the 48 hours that it was going to take the hold off my license. So I have to wait till the DMV's open again. Guess what day that is? Guess. Give you a hint. It's not tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday. And if this were a few months ago, the DMV would have been open tomorrow. But thanks to Arnie, they're not open tomorrow. Saturday service has been suspended. DMVs aren't open on Sundays either. Monday's a holiday. I can't get my license till Tuesday. So Tuesday I have to call the DMV, see if my license has been unsuspended, and then if it is, then I can get my license back on Tuesday. If it's still on suspension, then I've got to go to the Long Beach courthouse and find out why it's still on suspension. My plans for the weekend are bust, and I still can't drive. Here's hoping that anybody watching this has something to do this weekend, and some way to do it.
Please hang up and try again.
Thanks, Arnie.